This racism, barring white people, particularly British. No, hang on a minute. Barring white people because of their skin colour, which is a preordained thing we can't do anything about. We're born white, we're born brown, we're born black, whatever. We can't change that. And West Yorkshire Police have specifically said they are pausing the recruitment of white people. That's racism.
What they're doing is
Boom. That was the moment the debate exploded. Martin Daubney wasn't pulling any punches. He called it exactly what it is. Blatant anti-white racism, and he didn't let up for a second. This wasn't just another panel debate. This was a political earthquake. Martin Daubney went head-to-head with a former Scotland Yard superintendent, and what unfolded was pure fire. Subscribe now for more raw, unfiltered political takedowns like this one. No spin, no censorship. It started with a bombshell revelation. West Yorkshire Police had temporarily banned white British candidates from applying in a move they claimed was meant to boost diversity. Yep, you heard that right. White people blocked from applying to be police officers. The show's host didn't beat around the bush, bringing on Shabnam Chaudhry, a former top cop, to justify this jaw-dropping policy. But when Martin Daubney heard what was happening, he exploded with rage, calling it what it really is: state-sponsored discrimination based on skin color. The debate went from 0 to 100 in seconds. Enter Shabnam Chaudhry trying to spin it.
Well, West Yorkshire Police are using positive action to the point of selection, so it's completely different to positive discrimination, which I am totally against. But what I do know is that they are
He actually defended the policy by arguing that it followed legal guidelines, but then it got worse.
Encouraging those from ethnic minorities to join policing. West Yorkshire, which is part of Leeds, Bradford and Huddersfield, has a 23% makeup of minority communities. They only actually have 9% within the force. Between 2023
but anybody could apply.
Let me finish.
Anybody can apply to be a copper. There's no barrier to applying. In fact, well, there is now. There's a barrier if you're white.
I agree. There's not a barrier if you're white. There is anyone can apply. Anyone can apply for the process, as I understand.
Martin pounced immediately, pointing out the contradiction in real time.
There is now. There's a barrier if you're white.
Chaudhry tried to save face by insisting that the selection process was still on merit, but the entire premise collapsed when Martin quoted the force's own words.
And I quote, temporarily blocking applications from white British candidates.
There's no getting around that. The truth bomb dropped by Martin Daubney landed hard, and the public is furious. Let's break this down. You've got a police force supposedly committed to fairness and inclusion, but they literally stopped white people from applying. How is that not racism? Martin drove the point home with one of the most devastating comparisons in the entire segment. Martin Daubney.
There are more ethnic minority GPs and doctors in Britain than there are white people. If I said we need to be more representative and represent the population, we need to temporarily pause people from an Asian background becoming doctors, you'd be absolutely outraged about that. You wouldn't say that was representative. You would say it's racist.
Silence from the other side. The hypocrisy was laid bare. You can't scream representation on one hand and then discriminate on the other. That's not equality, that's reversed racism. And the consequences, they're terrifying. One whistleblower revealed that applicants were being categorized as gold, silver, and bronze, with white applicants shoved to the bottom as bronze. Panel guest.
If you start categorizing people, one's first, one's third, it's never going to look good. And when
Martin tore into the whole thing, pointing out the brutal irony.
This isn't. It excludes white people.
Just when the panel thought the debate couldn't get any hotter, the truth spilled out. Martin Daubney wasn't the only one calling this what it is. Another panelist dropped this bomb. Guest speaker.
Do you think that's racist?
I do think it's racist. And when you categorize people, as they said, the whistleblower said that they categorize people as gold, silver, and bronze. Bronze was right at the bottom, and that was white people.
Let that sink in. This wasn't hearsay. This came directly from insiders. White applicants were literally ranked at the bottom because they were white. And it gets worse. West Yorkshire Police, who solve less than 5% of crimes, are spending their energy not on fixing investigations, but on diversity rankings.
You have to improve your investigation of crime.
Yeah.
They're solving less than 5% of crime.
So while burglars, rapists, and gang crime run rampant, the force was busy ensuring they hit diversity quotas. That's the priority? Then came the reminder from Martin of what policing is really about.
About their skin colour. You would think, accept the people.
Boom. A public service turned political, and it's hurting real people. As the debate neared its end, Martin and other guests completely dismantled the woke defense. They asked the real questions the public is thinking.
Gripping violent crime, stopping violence against women and girls, reducing theft.
Mike Neville, former detective, didn't hold back.
Real disconnect between the senior officer.
And he's not wrong. In a time when communities are crying out for safety, the people in charge are doubling down on box-ticking diversity hires, including this nugget.
Cutting 1,700 officers or staff, yet they're still maintaining a commander, a very senior officer, as well as chief superintendent, and 20 or more staff in a diversity director.
That's not reform, that's bureaucracy. And the cherry on top.
It really is scandalous. The public are being duped, as ever, by politicians telling them one thing and doing another.
This isn't inclusion, it's optics. It's a betrayal of every taxpayer who just wants a safe street and a functioning justice system. And finally, Martin closed the debate by saying what millions are thinking.
This isn't. It excludes white people, it's anti-meritocracy, it's pro-diversity, it's the opposite of equality and inclusion.
You can feel the frustration. The elites are pushing ideology, but real people want real results. This debate just exposed everything wrong with identity politics in public services. If you're tired of being gaslit by the elites, if you believe in fairness and equal treatment for everyone, then hit that subscribe button, share this video, and make your voice heard, because if we don't call this out now, what's next?